A man that needs no introduction to my audience, Dr. Lehman Baird, was nice enough to agree to come on and field a few questions around HTS and Smart Contracts 2.0. Lehman, thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
All right, well, let's dig right into it. I've been hearing a lot about how revolutionary tokens built on the base layer of Hedera are compared to smart contract tokens. Frankly, I'm not a developer, and I'd like to know why and what are the benefits of using HTS versus smart contract to build tokens.
Okay, bottom line is if you do something inside of a smart contract, it's a few hundred per second. If you do it at the native layer, it's 10,000 per second. So that's the bottom line. But the reason for that is very simple. And there's actually other reasons too. If you do something at the native layer, what that means is that you send a transaction to Hedera and Hedera transfers the token. So if you want to send someone a token, you just send us the transaction, we do it, and we can do that 10,000 times a second. And we do that with just a few seconds of time to finality, and we have proofs that it's ABFT and all sorts of good things. Very secure. You can also do it in a smart contract. And what that means is that you upload to Hedera a little program that you have written in Solidity, compiled down to bytecode. And then instead of Hedera simply moving a token from one place to another, instead Hedera goes down through your program line by line and does what that line says. Okay. And so it says, well, go look up some memory. So we go look up some memory. And then it says, well, now go change this variable. So we go change that variable. And you go through this long list of steps. And at the end, you've given your token to somebody. But that takes a long time. It's much better if you just do it at the bottom layer. And then Hedera just does one thing. It gives a token to somebody.
Yeah.
So that's why having tokens at the native layer is really important. And of course, speed correlates with price. So there are ledgers where if you want to do a token transfer, it's going to cost you $30 because you have to run one of these smart contracts and it's slow and they can only do a dozen a second or whatever. And it's the problem is that it's a whole program that you have to run every single line of just to transfer the token. It's much better if you do it at the native layer. Also,